Matt Reeves' The Batman.
which I've now watched like
42
22
times?
times in a row,
I did 42.
trying to figure out exactly what's going on. It's like
Okay, so apparently people have already figured this out.
really?
In the trailer, you get to see a new style of Riddler.
Which I tried to figure. I figured it out because there was some riddles written later on. So, but I didn't know if that character that you saw at the beginning with the duct tape and stuff, that was the Riddler.
That's
or
him.
not.
Yeah, that's the Riddler.
Is he like the No More Lies guy? Is that? Or
Yeah.
Is it, okay.
Well, he's not the guy that says no more lies on his face. He's the guy that's taping him.
Right. Okay.
And it's an interesting costume. It's kind of steampunky.
It's just
like
very
weird.
dark,
Yeah, it all. I love it.
graphic.
And so it's a
Scary.
different type of character. You get to see.
Scary, Jerry.
You get to see the Penguin in this.
I didn't see the Penguin.
He's there.
Where?
When they go outside of, they're outside of a, it's like a workshop or something, and they're all shooting guns, and this car explodes. He's standing there, and it's Colin Farrell, but you would never be able to tell it was him. He's got so much makeup on,
Really?
and he's got a big scar on his face.
I'll have to rewatch that.
Then you've got the Catwoman that's there,
She
Zoe
looks great. That's
Kravitz,
Zoe Kravitz.
which she's more of a
looks with-
cat burglar than.
Well, Catwoman is a cat burglar.
Yeah, but she's not really. She's just dressed in black clothes. It's not like
She's
a
got
suit,
like pointy ears.
but it's still a like a
Yeah.
ski mask, you know.
Mask. It could be early Catwoman.
So you see those three things.
Who
and
are
then,
the Joker-looking dudes? Are those the Riddler's henchmen then?
Well, it might be the Penguin's henchmen.
Okay, they look like Joker henchmen.
They do, and they're hoping that that's not the case.
I hope that's not.
I hope it's not the case either. But then this guy put out a video that said that he's figured out the first riddle. I watched the whole video, but it's one of those overly edited videos where he talks about so many random things and jumps around so much that,
all headline, no substance.
yes, there wasn't much substance there besides saying that he's the one that showed like the Penguin, Catwoman, Riddler, and then he kind of hinted at the Court of Owls again, and saying that the Court of Owls may have an underlying,
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I mean, they should do that.
like have an underlying story here that is connected throughout the whole movie.
How do you feel about the Riddler being the main bad guy?
Oh, I'm all for it.
I've never been a huge Riddler fan, but
Me either, but this iteration looks pretty neat.
yeah.
And I think there's more to it than just the Riddler. So James Gordon is walking through.
First of all, pause on that.
Yeah.
That dude that's playing James Gordon,
Doesn't he look good? He's
got
going to
it.
be really
They
good.
nailed it right. He's going to be perfect for that role. I'm telling you, I like that actor. I don't even know his name offhand. He's been in a lot of stuff though, and that works for me.
Yeah. So he's walking to this crime scene, and Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, yes,
Jeffrey
he's in
Wright is-
Westworld, and I really,
Yes.
I'm not a huge Westworld fan, but he's great in Westworld.
He's walking to the crime scene, and as he's walking through this hallway going to the crime scene, all of the cops on the side of the hallway are looking behind him. And then the camera pans around, and Batman's following him through there. What this is saying is that it's basically year 2.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've
It's
read
not going to be a year 1 or a new, like the origin story of Batman. This is year 2 of a young Batman that's already gotten somewhat of a relationship with James Gordon and is working with the police department to a certain capacity, but isn't yet really accepted by the majority of the police department. So it looks really good to me. And
Yeah.
then the whole scene where he's just punching that dude,
Oh yeah, that's brutally awesome.
it reminds me of the Arkham games,
It does.
like where you can just pummel people.
It looks great. Who is the dude
And they say, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm vengeance."
with the face bandana on and like the darkened eyes? That they're in a press conference and you get a glimpse of a guy.
I don't remember.
Maybe it's supposed to be Batman. I wish you were watching the trailer like I was.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
And
realize.
maybe it's Batman. I don't know. Robert Pattinson looks a little odd as Bruce Wayne. I will say that. But he looks awesome in the Batsuit.
He does because
I
he's
wish they
got like
wouldn't
that
have done the
disheveled hair. Yeah.
Why did they leave the long hair? That doesn't where it's like that 90s hair, like parted down the middle. I don't like the hair.
You're right, but I think it's a take off of him still being new at Batman and
Could
still
be.
being so like upset about his parents being gone, and he's still not very well kept, and maybe a little, maybe kind of a vigilante at the time. You know,
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely angry.
he's definitely angry. You can
And,
tell that.
I mean, everybody looks angry.
yeah.
And it doesn't have the look of any of the other
Oh.
DC movies. That's another thing that I like. It has its very own distinct look.
Here's what they were explaining in this video I watched is that what he was claiming about the Court of Owls thing is towards the end there's a video playing and it looks like a debate, and what it's saying is you're involved too, and they thought that it's going to have like an involvement with Thomas and Martha Wayne with the Court of Owls, and Bruce Wayne is going to start finding that stuff out, how his family's been tied into this stuff, and they're trying to get him to be involved with it. But obviously he's
That's
Batman
a
now, and that's
lot
not
of-
going to
A lot of
happen.
big leaps there, but
So there is, but I mean, he explains it a lot better than I just did with a lot more context, but I don't know if it's going to go that deep into the whole Court of Owls thing, but if they are involved, I would be all for it.
well, I will say another thing that jumped out at me is the Batmobile looks awesome. It looks like almost like a muscle car, like almost like a DeLorean kind of look to it, with like an exposed
Yeah,
rear.
it does
engine.
kind of. A blue flame, that way you know it's hot.
Yeah, because flames are the best propulsion mechanisms.
Right, of course they are.
But no, I think it looks great. I am way more excited about this movie than I had been previously after seeing that trailer, which is usually a good thing.
Yes.
The main thing that I'm excited for by this trailer, honestly, is Robert Pattinson looks phenomenal in the Batsuit, and the Batsuit looks awesome.
Yes, it really does.
I don't like his like long-haired. Obviously, I know he's got eye dark makeup on because he's got the mask on, but at the end he looks like the Crow, and I don't like that.
I love the Crow.
I mean, I like the Crow, but I think this movie will probably be significantly delayed, but because it says currently in production still.
Well, so here's the thing. As of this trailer coming out, Matt Reeves has said that there's only been 25 to 30% of the movie shot.
Wow.
That's it.
Well, anyway, I'm excited. October 1, 2021 is the release date. It feels like a year. Well, it is
But
more
it
than a
is
year
more
away.
than a year away.
It's a long ways away. It seems odd that it would come out in October. Really, that's not a big movie time, but
I don't know.
it seems
I don't
like
think
it'd
it
be more
would
like
be.
a Christmas time.
Do you think there's a bad time for a Batman movie?
I mean, certainly that's not when but that's sometimes
Traditionally
the
doesn't
biggest
matter.
yeah, sometimes the biggest blockbusters are in odd times because they don't have competition.
Exactly. They don't have competition, and it's the title. The title's going to bring in people to watch this.
Yeah.
The Joker came out in October.
While the film isn't scheduled for release till 2021, it's already received a spin-off show about the Gotham Police Department with Reeves producing. So that's something to look forward to as well. More shows about the Gotham Police Department.
Yeah, I'm in for it. I don't care.
The main thing I liked about it, I didn't get to say that before, was the style looks right. It doesn't look cartoony like the other DC movies.
No, it doesn't.
But it doesn't look too photorealistic like some of the other movies. It strikes a good balance of what I would consider to be like a dark thriller.
That's a good point because it strikes a good balance between indie and big budget.
Yeah, it does.
It's like it looks like kind of an indie take to this movie, but you can tell that obviously they're throwing money at it.
Oh yeah.
And
Like all
but you
of,
don't
all
get
of the monies.
I love the fact that it doesn't look like a, Dark Knight Batman, or
See, that one was like shot almost too photorealistic.
it was too photorealistic.
This one doesn't look
as
like
looking
it's-
back on it.
This
now.
one I wouldn't consider the look to be, it looks like Batman in the real world. No, I wouldn't consider that to be the look. It really captures what I would say the Greg Capullo look of those early comics from that run.
Yeah.
It captures that look that it's like cartoony but not too cartoony. But
Right.
real but not too real.
I
So-
completely agree with
Almost the look of the Gotham TV show, to be honest. It kind of has that tone to it.
you. Yeah, so the landscapes and the buildings and everything that you're in does look a lot like the Gotham TV show. I would agree. Even the police department does. Like the police look like the police in the Gotham TV show.
I am interested to figure out when this is set. Like if this is going to be set in the 80s.
I don't know.
It doesn't look like it's a current Batmobile. It looks like more like a 70s or 80s type vehicle.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if they're even going to put a date to it. Are they?
I
You
hope they
think?
don't, but